Taking the plane is nowadays one of the quickest ways for transportation. But how to make the haven safer for the millions of people flying on board of thousands of aircraft every day? The danger of technical failure or of terrorist attacks is not yet eliminated, and the scars of 9/11 have not yet healed. It was in the wake of the attacks against the World Trade Center in New York that NATO and Russia established a common action plan on terrorism. One of the priorities laid down in this document is the development of a Cooperative Airspace Initiative System. It aims to foster cooperation on airspace surveillance and air traffic coordination. After discussing the feasibility of the project, NATO and Russian experts set up and implemented a technical system of data exchange.
There are 8 components to the KAI system, and the 2 coordination centers are in Moscow for Russia, and there's a NATO coordination center in Warsaw. On top of that, there are 3 local coordination units. One is in Norway, one is in Warsaw, and a third one is in Ankara and in Turkey. And as mirror LCUs, Russia also has 3 local coordination units. One in the north in Murmansk, another one in Kaliningrad, and a third one north of the Black Sea in Rostov-on-Don. So in total we have 8 locations where the CAI is located. And these are all interconnected using communication lines which allow the exchange of radar information, but also the voice communication between each of the sites.
The time came for the system to prove its viability.
We would like to check the capability of the system and how the system is ready to start operational phase of the initiative.
This exercise will contribute to develop standards of communication between our Russian military and civil experts and their colleagues from NATO.
This aircraft is preparing to take off from the airport of the Polish city of Krakow, simulating a regular commercial flight to Oslo. For the first time, due to the KAI system, its movement will be simultaneously on the radars of NATO's and Russia's air control centres. All eyes in Warsaw and Moscow are fixed on the screens, and all are able to see that 10 minutes after the flight begins, the aircraft ceases to communicate and starts to squawk the applicable hijack mode. Thousands of kilometres away on the ground, the operators of NATO Air Operations Centre in Udem are giving the directive to the Polish F-16s to intercept and identify the aircraft.
NATO CC, please receive information. Decision has been taken to scramble Polish Air Force fighters for interception and identification of renegade aircraft Sierra Charlie 123.
40 minutes later, it is confirmed the plane is taken over by terrorists and plans to land in St. Petersburg in Russia.
The terrorists demand to landing at St. Petersburg.
At the same moment, due to the same radar picture they receive and the agreed procedures, Warsaw and Moscow have already coordinated a response. Soon, Russian Su-27s are taking over the interception of the renegade aircraft. The next 3 minutes will be long, very long, as for this period of time, the aircraft has turned off its transponder. Then it gets the all clear.
Confirm getting information, terrorists are neutralized, and crew has transmitted 7700 code and request return to Poland.
The airplane's communication system is damaged, so to go back in Krakow, the plane will need the support of the fighters. Again, the KAI system makes the coordination possible. The participants in the exercise will now evaluate the results of this exercise and of the one performed over the Black Sea and involving the local coordination unit in Ankara in Turkey. But the impression of what the Cooperative Airspace Initiative System is offering is already there.
Ежегодно на земном шаре совершается более 10 тысяч террористических актов.
Unfortunately, every year around the world, tens of thousands of terrorist acts are perpetrated and thousands of human beings are losing their lives. Today's exercise will contribute for raising the possibilities of protecting citizens from terrorist acts.
In the region where we are going to coordinate and cooperate between two systems, NATO and the Russian Federation system, we are going to save the lives of the citizens of European territory and also for Russian territory, of course, which is linked to this system.
For the moment, the Cooperative Airspace Initiative Network is built in Norway, Poland, Russia and Turkey. 8 other NATO countries are contributing to the financing of the project. The project is open for participation by allies and partners.
This is a modular system. We can, of course, to enlarge a little bit, and we also can put a different mission in it. In this case, we are waiting for our partners to join us and also NATO member states. Right now, we have already 2 partners have declared their interest to join us, maybe from the next year. We are going to talk with them. This is Finland and Ukraine. They are ready to join us.
It is clear that the more countries join the KAI system, the safer the airspace will be. What the Vigilant Skies exercise proves is that during the last 9 years, NATO and Russia have managed to build not just technologies that can interoperate, but also trust and confidence that allow them to respond better to common threats. This is NATO Channel reporting from Warsaw and Moscow.